New on Curiosity Stream.
With my infrared drone, I can see what others can't.
Drone pilot Doug Thron uses his bird's eye view for the ultimate good, saving animals from desperate situations around the globe. Join the rescue effort on a new season of Doug to the Rescue. And
You captured a Confederate steamboat?
We're taking the ship to freedom.
an enslaved crew, a stolen vessel, and a Civil War dash to salvation on impossible escapes. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the Men's Room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
Hello, away we go. Welcome to season 17, episode number 3690. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and my car, Montgomery, and you are the Men's Room. Okay then. But today, Ryan Castle joins us in studio. Time once again to sit and spin. We get dirty with the 10 filthiest songs to ever hit number 1. We will play Profile This, plus headlines, the Men's Room Shout of the Day, funable listener emails, and everyone's favorite TV Time with Ted. Drinking to drunk. All right, here we go. Good news for drunks. Apple will now let you delete a text after midnight.
Thank God.
After midnight text. For California man with a trunk full of stolen avocados, it appears that jail could be next. Florida man busted stealing jet ski bonus points for not being able to swim. 15-year-old throws banana peel on side of road and a man decides to run over him. And a man spends 17 days in jail and blames American Airlines. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
All the bitches, good day to you and yours. All right, firefighters in Britain, they rescued a cat that was wedged between 2 brick buildings. Oh, not to be outdone, authorities in Florida, they rescued a cat of their own. It wasn't wedged between buildings, but it was trapped in the undercarriage of a car. And then a good Samaritan in Virginia, she rescued a cat all on her own. The difference was the cat that she found that was stuck in a fence in her yard, yeah, she found out a little bit later that it was actually a wild bobcat. The real telltale sign was that it was aggressive, it was large, and it peed all over her house. But look, mistakes happen. A family in Arizona, they rescued a lost puppy on the side of the road. Thing is, it was a coyote. And in the country of Estonia, construction workers there, they rescued a dog that was trapped in a frozen river. And when they got that dog to the vet told them they just heroically saved a wolf. But look, I get it. Wolves live in the woods, coyotes live in Arizona. No one is shocked to see these animals in their natural habitat. What is surprising is, say, I don't know, stumbling upon an alligator in the desert. That's exactly what happened last week in West Texas. A guy found it under his car, and everyone is trying to figure out how and why an alligator was in the desert, being that, water is kind of the thing. And let's face it, 9 times out of 10, if you see a wild animal out of its natural habitat, you're at the zoo. But even at the zoo, things can still go wrong. A viral video making the rounds today involves a man at an undisclosed zoo He gets a wee bit too close to the orangutan cage. Turns out they got really long arms. More than that, turns out with those long-ass arms, they're going to grab you. And what we also found out is when they grab you, they kind of don't let go. And what we also discovered, if your buddy comes charging for your rescue, the orangutan will bitch slap his ass out of the way. The video only lasts 32 seconds, but at no point in that video did the guy escape. All they keep saying is, we assure you, he's fine now. But there's no evidence of that. But here's the thing, man. You interact with animals probably every day of your life, whether you want to or not, man. Slow down so you don't run over the ducks crossing the road. Maybe it's your own pet. Maybe you're me this morning screaming at my dog to stop chasing the baby bunny that decided to poke its head out of the bushes and race into the street. True story. The dog did come home, did not get the bunny. Although I did hear a bunny scream today.
Oh, you did?
I thought the dog had grabbed the bunny. I'm like, oh, God. I got there. The bunny was just screaming at the dog, but the dog hadn't gotten it. But this is what we want to talk about today, animal encounters. So this is a real simple question. What's your best story involving an animal?
Be a part of the big show. Call 206-421-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live. And send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
New on Curiosity Stream.
With my infrared drone, I can see what others can't.
Drone pilot Doug Thron uses his bird's eye view for the ultimate good, saving animals from desperate situations around the globe. Join the rescue effort on a new season of Doug to the Rescue. And
You captured a Confederate steamboat?
We're taking the ship to freedom.
an enslaved crew, a stolen vessel, and a Civil War dash to salvation on Impossible Escapes. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Bro, gnarly. What's up, Taylor? Dude, that nerd in his electric hybrid totally blew the light while texting his yuppie friends.
That's so bogus, bro. Are you hurt?
Yeah, like I can't move my hips, bro. I think I broke my pelvis, man. Dude, no way.
Taylor, you need to drop a dime and talk with the lawyers at the Advocates Law Firm.
No way, can't afford that, bro. Your crotch is broken, man, and they don't earn any money unless they win your case. Dude, no way. You get injured, the advocates get results. Contact them today at advocateslaw.com.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Hello, Machalas, away we go. Welcome to Season 17, Episode number 3690. What a large and in charge program we have for you today.
Sure, yeah. If you say
Guaranteed
so.
future reap. Absolutely. Ryan Castle in studio.
That's why I was saying it that way.
It's going to be unbelievable.
Kind of a downer.
Kind of look at him and say, hey, what's happening? Apparently he's coming in the building today.
Oh, really?
Since been, yeah. And the word on the street is we're going to get dirty with the 10 filthiest songs to ever hit number one.
All right, okay.
And I believe the time span goes back to maybe more innocent times, where it was a little bit.
Man, it wasn't dirty.
It was easier to be controversial without being so dirty. Where now you get a song from, we'll say, Cardi B. That is just right. Everything is right there on the table.
Then can't you blame the earlier generations? Like, they took all the innuendos and they used those, or all the silliness, you know, and she was just like, look, all the cool stuff's has been said, so I'm just straight up going WAP.
Well, that song was number one. It was a number one song. So these are all number one songs. It's a big deal to have a hit, but these are all number one hits.
That's massive.
And they're filthy.
Yeah.
So, well, at least lyrically and for the time. They were maybe a little risque is the best way to put it.
Okay.
Because like Prince, he had Darling Nikki. We all know about that song. To the point where when he found God or whatever that period of time was, he would not perform it live.
No, he would play part of the music, but he would not sing the words.
Correct. In a go-go sense, he would break into certain parts. But he did that with a lot of concerts where he would just play
He played a medley of all the songs you wanted to hear. But based on the lyrical content and his newfound religion, he would not sing them. So he would start playing something. You're like, hell yeah. And the band was great. Make no mistake. But I did not know he was not going to sing. And then it would drift to another one. I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, sing that. And it was like 9 of them in a row.
But that song was not number one. Prince is on this list, by the way.
All right.
With a song that went to number one. And it's filthy.
Purple Vein. Until he changed the name.
But I don't think
Purple Vein. Purple Vein.
That was about varicose issues. It was not about your penis.
I had a varicose vein. It wasn't purple.
What color was it?
red.
Purple
No, it was
vein.
blue. You can see the blood in there.
They were pink, weren't they?
Yeah.
Looked like a bucket of worms.
Oh, when they came out, they did.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So we'll sit and spin today with the 10 filthiest songs to hit number one. Also, don't forget, as we do every Monday through Friday, we head on over to the Odyssey app for the Men's Room Happy Hour. Man, oh man, if you haven't checked this out yet, please do so. We need you. It's absolutely free, and all you have to do is download the app, search for the Men's Room Happy Hour channel, and then you'll check us out at 6 o'clock. More Men's Room for you. Keep in mind that's an explicit segment we do after the show, so the rules are different. We're allowed to cuss on that, and the content's going to be a little bit more risque than this here, so just know that if kids are on the car,
It doesn't
the deal
mean
is,
that we cuss.
doesn't
We
mean-
will cuss.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean we have to, but we will.
well, a lot of times,
And we do.
things just go in a direction. Whatever direction they go in, they go in. Maybe that was not the intent at the beginning of it.
Well, you're kind of letting
But
the proverbial hair down, you know?
Yeah.
Throwing the feet up on the coffee table.
Right.
And
Yeah. So today on the question, we're going to talk about animals. And people have different experiences with animals. We know this to be a fact. Hell, whether it's your pets, whether it is living on the farm, whether it's somebody who, I don't know, maybe they don't follow the rules at Yellowstone. And in this case, we had a story a couple weeks ago, last week, where a woman actually died because she tried to walk up to a bison.
no, she successfully walked up to the bison.
She did successfully
And then the
walk up to
bison
the bison.
successfully did what bison do.
Which is gore her and flip her up in the air. I believe they said 10 to 15 feet. Yep.
Yeah, because it's a bison and you're a human.
Right. Now that is a different kind of a story.
And you walked
Right.
up to it.
But it seems like a daily occurrence. I don't know if you checked out the social media situation yesterday, but they had a cow loose on the highway. So what do you do when a cow is loose on the highway? You call the police. And the police were out there for quite some time trying to get this cow off the highway.
What state?
This was in Oklahoma.
See, in Oklahoma, I'm confident calling the police. If I'm
Yeah.
in Washington State, a little bit. It depends. If I'm in Eastern Washington, confident calling the police. Like someone is going to be able to get this thing. If I'm living in Baltimore City and there's a cow on the road, like you need to call animal control because the cops are going to straight up shoot it.
Yeah. So the Oklahoma police there, so what do? They call the local city fire department.
All right.
They're going to get a little backup and see if we can actually corral this cow who's running down the road. Maybe a fire truck can park across the road, stop at some place. They're just trying to come up with a strategy. So they get out there and try to do this. That doesn't work either. So then the police and the fire get together and say, you know what we're going to do? We're going to call a cowboy. No lie.
Oklahoma.
A cowboy rode in on his horse onto a busy Oklahoma highway with a lasso.
Yeah.
He was able to lasso a cow running loose in traffic. They had another backup horse, another cowboy with him. He was able to get the legs. The moment was all caught on camera. Blake Egert, he's a contractor for Oklahoma National Stockyards Pinback Crew, said he got that emergency call on Monday morning that a loose cow had been spotted on I-40 in Oklahoma City. Egert and his colleague, Jimmy Dishman, saddled up their horses and rode onto the highway. It was a little more intense this time. We were right in the middle of traffic. Cow hit it right into the interstate, he told Coco TV. In Oklahoma City...
They got to call that COCO, right?
Yeah, they do. It's KOCO.
All right.
Coco TV.
You can't have KOCO and not just call it Coco.
Live on Coco.
Coco. It's the darkest thing here in Oklahoma. Coco TV.
Marshmallows not included.
An Oklahoma City Fire Department crew that happened to be in the area blocked traffic while Eigert and Dishman chased the bovine. They have a news helicopter, by the way, at Coco. Recorded the moment the Dishman threw that lasso around the neck of the cow. You got to be patient to wait for a good opportunity, Eigert said. And they lassoed that cow. Cow was feisty.
But I'm saying, if I live in Oklahoma, all right, I'm living in Oklahoma, and as a cop, I get to call about a cow. My first thought is call a cowboy. We're in Oklahoma. God, this is what they do.
What are the two biggest universities in Oklahoma?
Well, University
Oklahoma
of
and Oklahoma State.
All right, what's Oklahoma State?
I mean, as far as where is it?
No, what are they?
They're the Cowboys.
They're the Cowboys, right? You're in Oklahoma. Call Cowboys.
The other team's the Sooners.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
same difference.
You're right. A lot of other places, maybe. Like,
if I live in New Jersey, I call the cops and the fire department. Like, I live in Oklahoma. Like, call the cowboy.
Right.
Like, this is like right up their alley. They know exactly what to do. They'll take care of it.
Yeah.
I mean, even the fire
moment they've been dreaming of.
Right. You think the fire department, right? So I know the cops are always going to get the first call, right? And then they got to figure out how they're going to handle this. So if I'm at the fire department, they go, hey, this is Chief so-and-so. And they explain what's going on. I'm like, why are you calling me? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to throw axes at it? Do you want me to hose it down? Do you want me to run it over? Do you want me to blare something? Like, call the cowboy. We live in Oklahoma, goddammit. There's no more convenient goddamn place in the United States for this to happen. Mm-hmm. We're in Oklahoma. Go get it.
Yeah.
Call my
I'm trying to think of, like, I don't know, you're in Utah and there's a runaway Mormon. Like, let's call the Mormon church.
A runaway Mormon.
Well, I'm just trying to think of
That's a common problem.
Runaway Mormon.
Well, if you're on the eastern shore of Maryland and there's a bunch of crabs loose on the road, like, well, let's call it fishermen.
Right, because they're right there.
Yeah. Here's a nice story. It's a pygmy-upper out of New England. A rescued puppy maybe has a forever home. Well-meaning family spotted the puppy on the side of the road and brought it home, which is a nice thing to do. I mean, if you see a little puppy, pull over, see if it needs any help. So what did they do?
Well, what else does it need?
Yeah.
You see a puppy on the side of the road. Nah, I'm cool, dog.
Yeah. But then they got the dog home, and Dad realized that it wasn't a puppy because it kind of looked like a coyote.
Oh, it's a cub.
So the family then called the New England Wildlife Center to see if they could help this puppy and get the care that the puppy needed. And then, of course, the Massachusetts Department of Public Health and the Wildlife Center, New England Wildlife Center, came over, and they determined, okay, good news, it is, in fact, coyote. We are the right people, and the coyote does not have rabies, which is the main concern.
Open with
the
that.
family.
That's the first thing you need to tell them.
And they added that coyotes are very rabid species in Massachusetts and are susceptible to contracting the virus that is deadly to all mammals, including people. So even if the finders had been bitten, scratched, or just any extended contact at all,
they
have a chance of getting rabies. It doesn't necessarily mean if you're sitting in the back seat with a coyote, the coyote might be able to give you rabies, even if you just pet it one time.
That's good to know, because I've been in the backseat with coyotes at least 100 times in my life.
But they say that sweet little pup will not only learn how to be a coyote in a safe environment, but she will soon also have a foster sibling to keep her company. So they have a plan to take these out and reintroduce them into the...
Then it's not a safe environment. It is an environment where you must fight for your life. Yeah. A safe environment is as a pet. Safe environment might even be the zoo. You will be fed. You will be walked. You'll be cleaned up after. Once you go in the wild. By the way, somebody here chimes in. They say, and Mike, maybe you can tell me if this is true. It says the police get called to Enumclaw all the time for cows being loose in the middle of the night. I listen to the police scanner. I hear it. Plus, we got rid of our animal control people. Wouldn't you think a place like Enumclaw is a place where you keep your animal control people?
Yeah, there's plenty of people out in Enumclaw that could serve as their own
pretty good
type
on
of
their own.
animal control.
We don't need nobody. You can be your own mechanic, you're saying.
Never had any cows get out on the road when I was living down there. So it doesn't shock me because it's just kind of a thing, but in my 15, 20 years of living there, that never happened.
It just seems weird now, and I don't know if more people are getting exotic pets, but it seems like there's more news of a loose emu in Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
Or people in Pennsylvania trying to find the owner of a kangaroo. I mean, just all these weird-ass animals.
Well, we're in Oklahoma, and the police try, and you think that if you're in Oklahoma, you probably have some skills to some degree, right? But they had to call a real cowboy. So I think it's the same thing. Like Enumclaw is like, we got this.
Right. We don't
on the side. We got this. Don't worry. We don't need any help. We'll take care.
I'm trying to think what my reaction would be if I just saw a cow walking down my street.
Where you live right now?
Do you feel like that you could walk up? Now, do you feel like... Now, we know that cows are very intelligent. Much like pigs, they're pretty smart animals.
I don't believe they are.
I don't think they're as dumb as you think they are. I think cows are pretty smart.
They might not be as dumb as I think they are, but I don't think they're smart at all. I mean, they got a lot of room for some intellectual growth.
They are creatures of habit.
Right, they're creatures of habit. Right. Well, if you had to rate, all right, Mike, from Enumclaw, so we know that pigs are intelligent. We know this.
They are.
We know the dogs
very smart.
Are more intelligent than
horses are decently intelligent as well.
Where do you rate a cow as far as your average farm animal?
The lower 40.
Right.
Lower 40. All right.
They just kind of do them, man.
Yeah. So, but that doesn't make you bad.
I'm not saying they're bad. I don't think they're smart.
No.
They're smarter than dogs.
Are they smarter than dogs?
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
They learn faster than dogs or primates.
Yeah. I mean, they're highly intelligent.
What?
Compared to most animals, cows are very smart.
Why do they act so stupid?
They're not.
Well, hang on now. It's intelligent for an animal, but it says it's the equivalent of being a 3-year-old human.
No, but I'm fine with that.
That's still not bad, though. As dogs are like a 2-year-old. Right. So,
you're telling me a cow, on average, is smarter than a dog?
Yeah.
Then why did I get a dog?
I don't buy it.
Because I look at my dog like, God damn, this dog is stupid.
I can't teach a cow to sit.
Do you approach an unknown cow? Do you approach the cow?
Yeah.
It's just you and the cow.
Sure.
You walk up to the cow.
Yeah.
No problem.
No problem.
I'm not.
No problem.
Okay.
Really, you're not going to walk up to a cow?
They are massive. It's like saying I'd walk up to a horse, but then every time I see a horse in person, I'm like, oh, dang.
I mean, they do spook a little bit easy, but
what do you think the cow can do to you?
Cow.
What's a cow going to do to you?
It kick you, headbutt you.
Bite me.
If you're behind it, it can rear up.
No, there was a chick last week or 2 weeks ago. I don't remember what the scenario was, but it was a cow, not the bull, the cow. And it effed her up, man.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it got her.
I mean, it could. Don't get me wrong. If things go wrong, yeah, the cow could completely mess you up.
What could go wrong with the cow? I've walked up to you. What is the cow going to perceive the problem? I'm not going to mug you. I'm not going to eat you.
If you get close enough to that cow, you should be okay.
First of all, the cow's already out of his pen. He's on the street. Like, this cow's been through some stuff. It's already worked up.
It's already strung out on something.
Which cow is safer to approach? Which cow is safer to approach? The one that's on the farm grazing, all right? Because now it's doing its habitual thing, probably does not want to be bothered. Or would it be safer to approach street cow?
No.
Who's like,
No, field cow. Because street cow doesn't know where she's at. She's walking around there. She has no idea what's going on. There's all kinds of noises everywhere. She doesn't know where she is. She wants to get back to where she knows where she is.
Okay, here you go. All right. Mind-blowing stuff here. In the United States of America, statistically speaking, you're much more likely to be killed by a cow than a shark.
Yeah.
Between 2003 and 2008, 108 people died from cattle-induced injuries. Yes. 27 times the whopping 4 people killed in shark attacks in the United States. Nearly all those cow-related fatalities were caused by blunt force trauma to the head or chest. A third of the victims were working in enclosed spaces. While the ongoing battle between cow and man is overwhelmingly one-sided and delicious, the people who work closely with cattle take major risks. Quote, I have been kicked, I have been pushed, I have been charged. That's according to Margaret Dunn. She's a graduate research assistant.
She's kind of a bitch, though.
She's studying animal science there. 23 years old.
Margaret is the cows get what's going on.
She says, like what they say about dogs, they can smell fear. Mm-hmm. Cows. I can smell them on the grill.
I have a different approach to cows now.
Think you know I'm scared?
Right?
Oh, man.
It's seeing one in person. You're just like, God, that thing is massive.
I know you're scared.
Oh, my God. Here's what
she
says.
I can smell the fear.
I'm going to mess you up.
This is like, I'm going to... She says,
staring at my udder.
If you have a cow or bull that you know to be prone to violent outbursts, Sanderson says, get rid of it. Have a nice steak dinner. Invite your friends over.
Damn.
That's the advice. Look at that.
I did not know the cows
invite
were
your
smart.
friends. Have a nice steak dinner. What is your best story involving an animal? 206-421-ROCK.
New on Curiosity Stream.
With my infrared drone, I can see what others can't.
Drone pilot Doug Thron uses his bird's eye view for the ultimate good, saving animals from desperate situations around the globe. Join the rescue effort on a new season of Doug to the Rescue. And
You captured a Confederate steamboat?
We're taking the ship to freedom.
an enslaved crew, a stolen vessel, and a Civil War dash to salvation on Impossible Escapes. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Well, great balls of fire, Bubba. What happened, Bilford? That crazy son of a Sal blew right through that four-way stop on Main Street and plowed into my cowboy Cadillac.
Your what?
My pickup truck. And I'm pretty sure my leg is broken, Ted.
Oh, quit your bitching, Buford, and talk with those side busters at the Advocates Law Firm. When I got busted up last month, well, shoot, they made sure those snakes at the insurance company played fair.
Boy, howdy. Even that creepy so-and-so Kyle earned his keep.
So if you get injured, the advocates get results. AdvocatesLaw.com.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Our question, what is your best story involving an animal? 206-421-ROCK.
Inexplicably, we somehow went down the wormhole of cows. So just a few texts to share with you. It says, moo, bitches. Cow story. I know. I used to be a dairy service tech. I worked on milking and other dairy equipment. Well, one day I was working on the lockups. I saw a pooping cow sneeze. And had to call him a crapshoot out the back of it, about 15 feet, covering another cow. Damn near pissed myself laughing. Rock on, bitches. No harm, no foul.
Okay.
It's just a moment in time.
It's a danger.
You glance. There it is. Someone there.
Sneezing can be gross.
Well, I asked Mike, have you ever sneezed while you're in the toilet? He said, yeah, and it poorly affects a different part of your body. I live on Orcas Island. I had to call the San Juan County Sheriff's because I came across a bunch of cows loose on the road. I was delivering for Aeronautical Services, which delivers packages for UPS here on the island. Well, they called the owners and had them come and round them up. See, that's what I'm talking about. So,
what, do you have a trailer? You just stick them all in? A couple at a time? What do you do?
I don't know. And then this one, and I think this is fair, it says, what's Miles's animal distraction protocol with the cow? Try to distract it with some alfalfa he has in his backpack. So it's a cow, but it's a street cow, right?
Street cow?
They're smart, it's angry.
Street cow.
How do you...
Stop saying street cow.
This is I'm in my backpack, right?
Yes, your magical animal backpack.
Laser pointer, my 2 pistol sticks. I think what I have, and I know this is pretty sadistic. I think I have a teriyaki bag of beef jerky in strip fashion.
Right.
What?
Because the cow's it's going to take the cow a little while to chew through this. You can't, no matter what you are, you can't just swallow beef jerky.
You don't think that for the cow, the smell of a teriyaki brother having gone down it's like Vlad the Impaler. Like, he would just leave human heads on stakes because fewer people attacked him. Like, we're all running towards Castle, right?
He actually,
there's a bunch of human heads.
He impaled people while they're alive.
That's what I'm saying. And we say, you know what? This is not someone we want to mess with. So my thought is, if you have jerky, and it is, in fact, beef jerky. If I'm sitting across from you at a restaurant and I can tell that you're eating human, you don't need to do anything else.
That's how I trick him. He doesn't know he's eating himself. But he chews and he chews and he chews.
Now you're opening up another can of worms.
And now it's salty.
Would you know it's human if somebody just gave it to you?
If it's jerky, I would not probably at first. That's why that's why I'm not giving him a Wendy's cheeseburger.
So you're saying a burger more likely to recognize
he smells
that you're eating.
He's like, oh, God, that's me. Jerky, teriyaki.
How long do you think it would take you to figure out you're eating a human if someone gave you human jerky but didn't tell you that it's human jerky?
Haven't tried it yet. Don't know. I have no idea. What's your best story involving an animal? 206-421-ROCK.
I gotta say, out of the 3, I feel like this is the weakest one you got.
This is a tough one.
What, the jerky with the cow?
I mean, look, I don't agree with the laser pointer and the pistol stick, but it's like, all right, I can fathom it. Now we're just trying to make this cow a cannibal.
What would be worse, jerky or a bottle of delicious chocolate milk? See, the milk is fine because the milk, that if you are a cow, that's what you drink. You drink your mother's milk.
Sure.
But now it's chocolate.
I mean, why wouldn't you just throw grass at it? That's what it eats.
There's grass everywhere.
So your plan is to distract it with a handful of grass.
Well, look, there's grass everywhere. You picked it up and
all right, I have all my backpack.
Everywhere. This has got to be something special.
You know what's in the back of my backpack?
What?
A roll of sod.
All right.
Ice cream
that would
do it.
Ice cream cone. No, because you're walking on grass. The grass is everywhere. It's plentiful.
Yeah, but this is a street cow.
Oh.
So Ted's saying, like, hey, man, I know you're hungry.
So you meant this cow.
I know you're hungry.
I got you.
You know, bow down, eat some. I'm bringing Montreal steak season. If it smells good, because you're weird. Hello, Caitlin. Welcome to the men's room.
Hi.
Hola.
First time listener. Oh, excuse me. First time caller. Long time listener.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that.
All right. So mine has to do with a 3-legged cat that I own.
Okay.
Did it show up 3-legged or did something happen to it?
I adopted it like that. It was, I think, believed to be an owner of an animal hoarder, and so he lost his leg at that time.
I was going to say, couldn't you see he was missing a leg when you adopted it?
Yeah.
I did. I liked it. It was cute.
Yeah.
What? I'm just curious, real quick. What character attributes did this cat have? Where clearly you had the option of 4-legged cat. So here's a 3-legged cat. I feel like if I'm a 3-legged cat or a 1-legged human, like you have to sell yourself a little better. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what was it about this cat where you said, hell with it, you and your 3 legs, come home with me?
Well, I owned a prior cat that had 3 legs, so I felt like maybe it's just my thing to adopt cats like that.
2 cats, 6 legs.
At the window.
What was it the front leg or the back leg?
It was the back leg. If I remember correctly, it was the left hind.
How did the cat do in the litter box?
He went outside.
Okay.
Which is where my story kind of starts.
All right.
Okay, so a little backstory. I used to work at a casino as a cocktail server overnights, and I would get off at 4 in the morning. And so I got home around 4:30, super long day. I'm ready to go to bed. And at this time, my daughter's still a baby, so she's sleeping in a crib in my room. And so I keep it dark. Well, when I get in there, she's standing up on her crib, trying to talk, just super awake. And I'm like, this is weird, not normal. So I put her back down, and I go lay in bed, and all of a sudden I start hearing this crunching noise. And I'm like, okay, she's not going to sleep. Where's the cat? He had a habit of bringing in mice or rodents. So I turn on the lights, and I look down, and he's chewing on a bunny skull and eating its brain.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, oh, God, okay. Where's the rest of this bunny? And at this point, I'm searching because he has this little hidden area behind my bedside table where he would like to take, I guess you could say it's the animal graveyard. He would take his mice, whatever he was eating on it, he would leave it over there.
This is the three-legged cat.
Yeah, three-legged. So he brought the rabbit somehow into the house and was snacking on him, and he left at the bedside table 2 hind legs and intestines full of poop. And so I had to clean all of that up, and he was not happy that I took the rabbit head and, chucked it outside.
Well, yeah, he only had 3 legs. He had to hunt it down.
Yeah, how agile is this cat to be able to do all this great hunting with 3 legs?
He was pretty amazing. He would go catch all kinds of things, birds, rabbits.
And all of them were embarrassed.
He could.
One of our listeners texted in. They want to know, just says, tell me you got 25% off for that cat.
Well, it was a buy one, get one free, but he didn't seem to like other animals. So
wait, are you serious?
But he was discounted.
Were they like saying buy 2 cats specifically, or just buy any 2 pets? Or buy any 1 pet and get any other pet free?
It was if you bought an adult cat, you could get like a kitten half off or free. So he was an adult cat at that time. He was only like 2 years old.
So he was like...
yeah.
2 in the front, 1 in the back. He's like agile, like a Can-Am motorcycle. You ever seen those? With the
Yeah.
He's like, okay.
So how many 3-legged cats have you owned in your life?
2.
2.
Just the 2. So 2 cats, 6 legs. That is impressive. Not a lot of people can say that.
That would bother me if my cat was bringing in dead things and leaving them beside my bed.
My 1 cat, because I just let him go out at night. It was just easier. 4:30 every morning, like clockwork, would meow at the bedroom window. I never had to get. I could reach up, open it, the cat would jump in. And but I told you one time, I'm in my apartment. I'm running late for something. It's something important. I don't remember what it was, and the only reason I know it's important is because I had an ironing board out, and I was actively ironing a button-up shirt, right? So, court, funeral, wedding, whatever it is. And so I'm ironing the shirt, and I keep seeing something out of the corner of my eye move. And every time I looked, there's nothing there. So you just kind of write it off, right? Like, fine, you're crazy, whatever, worry about it tomorrow. And then I see this baby bird is like hiding behind my closet door and behind the wall. And I'm like, man, what the hell is a baby bird? And I'm like, oh, damn, man, the cat obviously brought the bird.
Sure.
So the cat, meanwhile, is kind of sitting in my doorway because he's going to play with this bird later. I understand. I'm feeling bad. I pick up this baby bird, even cup it in my hand, walk by the cat. The cat is right at my leg, and I'm like, no, man. I open my back slider, and I toss this beautiful baby bird out of my hand. And it's kind of like a rainbow, right, when you toss it out, because it can't quite fly yet. All right. And right when it reaches the apex, I don't realize my cat has left my side and darts through the air like a streak of black lightning and snatches this bitch midair. All right. And you hear the bird scream. But the craziest thing I remember, because when the cat snagged it in its mouth, it took off. So, it was just, the whole thing was done. But like a Bugs Bunny cartoon, there was one single feather. Oh. So I'm just like, oh, my God, do they do that on purpose, man? Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
I seriously, I'm like, go little bird. Like, oh, God.
A woman in Richmond, Virginia, she had the best of intentions when she rescued a cat that she found in her yard. She came home to find the animal stuck between her fence, and it's just screaming its head off. So, to her, the cat looked so healthy and decent, she figured this cat cannot be a stray, so she assumed it had to be a lost cat. And so the Good Samaritan decided to keep him safe until she found his owner. So, in the effort to reunite the lost house cat with the family, she posted an urgent plea on Craigslist, desperately wanting to find the owner, especially considering this cat was such being, I guess she said, quote, a big grouch. He's very vocal and mean, the ad detailed. Please, if you're his owner, can you contact me ASAP? I cannot keep him here because he's very cute, but he is crazy. And he's got into everything in the house in one night. It's extremely aggressive. Almost lost my finger this morning trying to pet him. That's when someone on Craigslist looked at it and said, messenger said, hey, that's a wild bobcat. Hey, the grumpy house guest? Yeah, it's a wild bobcat you picked up. There's no lost house cat.
Come on.
No wonder he was so grumpy. I kidnapped him.
Grumpy.
Yeah.
He wanted to kill you.
Thankfully, the ornery beast did not attack or injure the kind rescuer, but he wasn't as kind to her home. Apparently, he urinated just about on everything and everywhere he got into.
Hey, girl, is this yours? Yeah, that's what else you got? Oh, that's a mighty nice TV.
Oh, God. That was one thing about my man. Oh, man. Freaking one of my...
Hey, before you even start... We just talked to three-legged cat lady.
Yeah.
You have a habit of taking in the worst possible.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, but you're shocked that she would take in a three-legged animal.
Yours had four legs. Just two of them didn't work.
What leg worked? Because the cat got run over by a car in a reservation, basically.
But you adopted it.
I know, but his hips didn't work, and he was blind. So he dragged his ass into the litter box and just poop all over himself, pee all over himself, and drag his ass out.
But you adopted it.
God, then he would get in my bed somehow.
Look, there was a chick that dated Stephen Hawking before the degenerative condition kicked in, right? She stuck around. Yeah. You brought Stephen Hawking home when you saw him as we knew him. Like, come on.
Right.
Man, he's a crappy roommate. Okay. Never cleans up after himself.
So the other cat I had, Senior Larry, he was rescued too, and he was rescued because his owner was abusive to him and kept kicking him in the face. So he had a bunch of reconstructive facial surgery, right? But he's...
I mean, that is awful.
So he's a little... So hold on, he's a little slow.
Gracious, man.
Sometimes his tongue would just be hanging out like... and I felt bad for Larry. So he was a good cat. He was a big-ass Maine Coon, right? I mean, he is huge and got this long hair. Beautiful cat. Sometimes I pick him up and I'm like, oh my God, this is like a mountain lion, right? He was so big. Every time I got luggage out, I would forget it and I would put the luggage on the floor and I would have it opened up because I'm going downstairs. I'm going to get the load out of the dryer. I'm going to throw it on the bed. I'm going to pack my clothes. That's how I do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I go upstairs. There's Larry. And he's sitting in my frickin' suitcase. And he's pissed all over it. All over it. So then, of course, I go to REI and buy another bag. And that cat was costing me $70 a trip because I kept forgetting. If I didn't leave it out before, I would leave it out after.
Right.
As soon as I opened it for just a second, he would get in there and pee all over my clothes. He just loved it. He'd just sit there and pee. It was like,
you know why?
For whatever reason, he thought that was a litter box and he could pee in it.
No, because you named him Larry. He's like, I'm a cat, and you named me Larry. Senior Larry.
Yeah.
I'm mad.
He was. He
wild.
loved peeing in luggage, man. God. And to this day, I never put my luggage on the floor when I pack because I'm always afraid that Larry is going to pee in it.
The ghost of Larry.
The ghost of Larry. I'm going to come upstairs. He's going to be sitting there going like, ha ha.
And cat pee is just a different ball.
Oh, my God. And you can't even put it out to give it away. And it's very...
No, you can tell. It's like...
Don't bring it back.
And, so what are you going to do? So you can't just put it out with the trash because it doesn't fit in the trash can. And they don't take any loose items like that. So you become like sneaky 11 o'clock guy who like rolls it down to the closest dumpster at some restaurant. You know what I mean? And throws a pee luggage thing in there, you know? Like, aha! Sneaky dump guy. Because where am I supposed to put it?
No, that's the move.
Yeah.
That's the move, man.
I know.
What about when they chain the dumpster?
Oh, yeah.
You're like, you sons of bitches.
Right.
I have a cat peas reeking suitcase.
Running into a guy down there with like 4 paint cans. Like, yeah, me too, man.
Fluorescent lights.
Like everything.
You can't
man.
Right.
There's a corner in my neighborhood that's like off like the main street.
Batteries. Yeah.
But same thing. There's just this one corner. It's always couches, luggage. Right. It's like even the people that live on the street won't take that crap.
I got styrofoam.
That's bad.
Styrofoam to pack my 62-inch television on both sides. What to do with things that you're not supposed to throw away?
I got a garage full of this stuff now.
Where do they go?
Fluorescent light.
They gotta go somewhere.
Well, you gotta take it to the dump.
Yeah. Why? That's where everything goes anyway.
You can take it to the dump.
Don't ask me to explain the process.
I don't know.
I'm just telling you the rules.
Right. I know. So we got a bunch of old paint cans that have been there for like 8 years because it's one of those things where we say, we will get to this. Well, we kind of redid the basement ceiling, right? It had fluorescent lights and all that kind of crap. So we got rid of that. I want to say last summer. So I had to move them, in fact, this morning for something else. But I was like, we still have these. And yes, we know we could go to the dump, but obviously, look, and I'm going to be dead honest about this. We're obviously not going to, otherwise we would have. So, much like Miles just said, well, this is good or bad. We need to run a little subterfuge. We're going to dump these things somewhere illegally and know it, right? Because I'm getting to my breaking point. And again, I could just go to the dump, and it's like, but like you said, man, there's a bar that has a dumpster a lot.
There's a huge dumpster close to here.
Okay. Oh, I've heard tell that you can make requests to those places.
You can get access to it.
Hey, man.
I've already done it.
I have heard Miles talking
well,
to...
at that point, why didn't you just go to the dump?
Well... Because he has to come here anyway.
Yeah, I'm on my way here.
Like, hey, man.
All right.
I've heard Miles
you gotta pay like $20. I don't have that much crap, man. It's like just one thing, man.
I just can't throw this away legally.
Exactly, right.
And I put it in your dumpster.
When's the last time you've been to the dump?
I was there within a year.
It's fun.
It's okay.
I love throwing stuff in that big old hole.
It's the smell, man. It's the smell on the rim. And then you're looking down going, why doesn't somebody throw that away?
I guess I don't go to the dump often.
It's the moisture.
But when I do, I feel like it's a massive deal. Like I'm throwing out a couch or something. It's just like...
That's where we went, Ted.
Yeah, good riddance. Get in that hole.
What's your best story involving an animal? 206-421-ROCK.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too-big-to-fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.